Hey guys, hi, it's Colton Lindsay here. So July was a little bit of a, what's the best way to put this with positive mental attitude? July was a great learning month, is really what it was. And inside of business and inside of personal development, I think that July was one time that really helped me mature as a human being. In the month of July, I was a little stressed kind of about some things. I think early on in July, I had like 4 or 5 real estate deals fall out in like 3 or 4 days. It kind of sucked. There's nothing worse than like you got like deals together and like 5 of them fall out of contract. I mean, we still had like 15 deals together, but it frustrates you, right? So that was one thing. And then, I think just trying to deal with that and realizing that my inventory is really low and the market's inventory is low is kind of stressful. And then I had found out that Mike Hall passed away, which at first I really didn't believe it. I hadn't hung out with Mike for quite a long time, but one of the absolute best memories of my entire life was with Mike Hall and Stephanie Hall on when me and my wife Jordan got married for our bachelor and bachelorette party. Super cool night, with some great friends that I'll never forget. With life, sometimes you just seem to grow apart from people, but there was something about Mike that I realized that I learned and that I tried to embrace into my life. And I think, a couple questions that people always wanted to know from Mike was, how the hell did you make so much fucking money? And number 2 is, how do you get so many freaking people to want to be your friend and like you? And if you guys didn't have a chance to know Mike, he could just make friends with anyone. He enjoyed having time with them. He enjoyed being around him, and he was just a great freaking dude. So, hey Brandon, what's up? Appreciate you hopping on live here. So at his memorial service, I actually made some notes on his, I saved his thing here and saved I wrote some notes from what the speakers had spoke about. And I always tried to take inventory of people that are more successful than me in certain areas of their life and try to learn and how to put it into my life. And one of the things I learned from Mike is, you always showed up and the guy always had a smile on his face and he always, had fun. Always was having fun. That was one of the points I picked up. One thing too, and I realized this, it was really brought out, through the speakers at the service that, Mike always talked positive about other people, which if you guys know me, I'm abrasive. I don't necessarily look to talk ever negative about anyone, but sometimes I'm pretty upfront with people. Mike just had this way about him that he just respected people and just really always, if he didn't have anything good to say, he just didn't talk about them. And I thought that was awesome. I don't know anyone that gave as much as Mike. Freak, dude. And I know that must have cost some penny that night for our bachelorette party. And he paid for the whole thing. He paid for the VIP area. He freaking drove. He made it an amazing freaking celebration for an important part for me and my wife's life. And he was always doing that for a lot of people. It wasn't just like me, like a one-time thing. It was like he always just gave to people. I remember one night after the Jazz game, we met up with him and Steph and went to dinner and just bought us dinner. It was like those simple things. And he did it all the time for people. He'd take people on his boat, pay for all the gas, pay for people to go on a whole freaking Lake Powell trip. Whatever it was, Mike just gave to give. And I think that's something powerful to learn and apply into my life is how can I give? And that's one thing I've strived to do from a lot of successful people is to give. Recently we had the opportunity to come up with the idea of how can we help provide, school supplies and school clothes for kids going back to school locally here in our own community. And just like a spur of the idea moment, and it turned into 20 kids just like that. We were able to create value for. Now it ups it, like how can we next year, how can we take it even to another level sort of thing and give back. So I think that's one cool thing about him. The next one was be in the moment and make the best out of every moment that you're in. And I couldn't imagine like the demons he had to face towards the end of his life. But no matter what moment he was in, that guy could just make the best out of it. Whether it was writing up a deal, which is a great moment, whether it was going out on the town for a night, or it was just hanging out and hanging around, like did not matter. That guy made the best of it. And that's powerful for me, is to get back into the moment, get out of the rearview mirror, get out of trying to look at the future and be boom right here no matter what it is. And then the last thing is don't wait. I thought this was, for me, it was huge. Don't wait to give your kids an awesome life. Do it now. Like that to me stuck out really, really big. And I never even as long as I knew Mike, I never even thought of it that way with him. My connection was always like, hey, let's have a fucking fun time, you know? And when I saw him in what he sought to give to his kids was an awesome life. And so I took from this, hey, I'm here still. I've got opportunity to breathe. I got opportunity to create and to take some action. Part of that action, part of that time when I'm breathing is I want to create an awesome fucking life for my kids. And I mean, I always know I wanted to give them a great life, but I probably didn't take it as serious, like serious. That sounds so lame how to say that, but I didn't take it as serious until I actually went through Mike's service. So those are some of the things that I learned from an awesome dude with inside of our, local community. He must have built thousands of homes, sold thousands of homes for Mike Schultz to sell. He designed all of their floor plans, all of their marketing, and for someone to just create such an awesome thing, there's something to be said about that and something to learn. But also all the lives he touched with inside of our local real estate community. I mean, I look at it like this as a real estate agent, how many homes do I get to sell that are existing homes because those guys sold them and built them, they got them started. I've sold probably close to 20 Castle Creek homes that were existing homes, but once built by Castle Creek. So I think that's really cool what impact has for the community. Appreciate you guys for watching. I hope this creates value for you. My mission always to create massive value, empower you guys, and invite you guys to do the same. Click some like buttons if it's a value creator. If it's not, then I guess you'll scroll into something else. We'll see you guys. Number one is you're going to actually get the hot lead follow-up schedule, the exact schedule that me and my sales team follow when we get a hot lead. And here's what's important to know about following up with hot leads.